Premature.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Dungeon Delvers, the channel of geeky people who delve deeper into the realms of Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you, there it is.
That was just us being an ambulance, apparently, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, literally, it's like, that's
Doppler effect.
We are back with the cast of the Dungeon Delvers cast. Everyone say hello, who's not eating food and...
Hello!
Hello! Luke! Where you gone? Where'd you go, Luke?
Oh, I'm in another universe, plugging in my laptop to charge. Otherwise, I will go into another universe.
Yes, thank you everyone for the support and watching. We have been off for 2 weeks in real time, but we have been surely making and planning content for the remainder, for the next few sessions, and I hope hopefully you are enjoying it so far. If you haven't, go and follow the Dungeon Delvers on Instagram. It's actually Dungeon Delvers minus the. I think the on-screen thing needs to change, which is my fault. So go and follow Dungeon Delvers with a Z, and make sure you follow, like, and subscribe us on here, which is somewhere down here, and the bell, knock, knock, bing, ding, and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, to get notifications on our stream. No, recording. We don't stream, we record.
Well done.
That's what we do.
You did it.
Unless you want to pay us to stream, I mean, feel free. It's one of them. But until then, I hope you're enjoying it so far. We are on episode... What episode? 24, I think. 24.
Yes.
Or Act 24, as I like to call it. Because we are technically like a film. Well, because why not?
One last film.
So, 24. Have we got announcements before we start? Is there one announcements? I don't think so. So I will dive right in, back into the action with a recap. Last we left off, our party made their way through the mountains, the mountainous terrain of the south of the spawn of the world, to the fortress of Karkarak, weaving your way around Snargle, the white wolf, some of you getting a hard sniff, aka Saya, cautiously following Woober to the main entrance, where before you even entered the encampment, groups of goblins adorned the ramparts of this fortress. Walking through broken makeshift wooden panels of a fortress, this encampment is made out of taking the culture of the high-top hanging caves where goblin families lay, outpost structures armed with goblin archers, and strange automaton creature hanging from one of the bridged cages. Finally entering a cabin area towards the back of the fortress with a series of rooms, one of which is a disgusting dining area of the Goblin leader Yarb Nock. I was trying to say that. It's Goblin leader Yarb Nock. It's like a tongue twister. Or as you quickly found out, was Spellex the rock gnome. And for you those who didn't know, yes, he was a rock gnome. Or is a rock gnome. Forced to describe himself through the unfortunate events of his party being eaten and working his way up the ladder, essentially, as a leader position, was the only way for him to survive. Making some sort of negotiations of him becoming released from this position, as the party were tasked to kill or retrieve a peace treaty, but were soon swindled as Spellex's plan is to escape and needs the party's help to do so. With the party struggling to find a simple solution, which took more time to come up with some ideas, as the time passed on, finding a weird-shaped egg in one of the rooms, which Saya decided to tinker with, and punched him some lucky numbers, let's just say, to reveal a green light, which quickly retracted as he was trying his luck a few times and failed to continue successfully opening or doing something with the egg. Sentry and Oakland soon swapped with Jackal and Salvation, with more negotiations taking place between Spellex. Oakland decided to find out more information about the strange egg, as Spellex was connecting the dots between the artifact and Sentry's origins. Meanwhile, Jackal challenged Woober to a shooting competition, which Woober kindly accepted, with a few shots to the back end of a goat, finally finding a horrible demise. The aggression from Jackal was shown towards the goblin's kin, enraged the simple minds of the troop guarding the place and the embattlements, which started a ruckus and the battle commenced. And that is where we left off.
Wasn't me.
So, everyone, you've been looking forward to this moment, I know.
Yeah, boy.
Let's floor some more fucking
So
goblin.
far,
So planned it.
so far, in this moment, we have outside Salvation and Jackal, I believe, with Athena. Inside is Sentry, Oaklin, and Saya, with the newly found neutral ally, Spellex, who may or may not know what's going on just yet. We all have rolled initiative, and
I got messaged last, didn't I?
say again.
I didn't roll.
I got messaged by Jackal, I think, at the end.
Just remind me of that message.
The something was going on outside, and because I remember you saying that the camera panned into Sentry, looking to the right, and then
You're
that's where we
absolutely
got.
right. You're absolutely right. So to this moment, you don't know what's going on until the almost cinematic moment of Sentry just cocking his head over and hearing what Jackal has to say about the ruckus outside. And we're going to carry on from initiative at this point.
Are we in order? The initiative doesn't look like it's in order.
I will make sure
It is in order. It is in order
Is
at
it?
the moment.
Yeah, I think we ended with Woober's.
It just looks funny because everyone rolled so high. That's why.
Oh no, I got Athena's at 9 for me, which is just below
Yeah.
Uber.
Athena's at 9. It goes 18, 9, 22, 21, 24, 14.
It's because of where we are in the turn
yeah,
order.
no,
it's Sentry
it's-
that's in the wrong place.
Yeah, it's
I will put
because
Sentry in the
Luke
rock.
just rolled.
Yeah.
Luke's the only one that's out of place.
Right, I want Oaklin and Saya to roll me initiative at this point as well. Sorry,
I've
I
already
think Oaklin hasn't rolled initiative.
you're muted,
yeah.
Chloe.
Yeah.
I know I have to, sorry. Sucks.
Oh, this
I'll
music.
Do one for Spellex. as well.
Too bad for me, actually. Not too bad.
Hey, that's not bad at all.
You're better than
Yeah.
me.
That's actually a really good roll for me.
And you're actually in position as well, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah, you are. Actually, no, Woober isn't.
Ruber's next to.
Yeah, I believe Weebit is next on the initiative.
Woober is next on initiative. Okay, I'll put him back. Cool.
He
Last we left off, I
Ruber's
believe.
suddenly
'Cause that
gets the
would have
power of 1,000 suns and.
been
Amazing.
just like a fireball comes towards us. Shit.
Yep.
Scorching ray.
Imagine.
You'll just blast!
Oh my god, he's a warlock.
So,
Warlock Goblin.
as we left off, and following on from initiative, Woober kind of watches the kind of, because so far Salvation, you are concentrating on this darkness spell that is covering halfway through this bridge area. Is that right?
Mhm.
And at the moment, it's was it a 30-foot circle? Just remind me. Is it a dome or is it a square? I can't remember.
Yes. 30. Hang on. 2
The radius,
seconds.
isn't it?
I think it was a radius. Yeah.
Say 15-foot radius, I think. No, 30-foot radius.
30-foot radius. That's fine. Yeah, I've managed
Hold
to
on. I can't
managed
find it.
to square it down.
15-foot radius. Yeah.
15-foot radius. For the sakes of this, I'm going to leave it as it is because we've already drew it out, so it's one of them. We have changed the map now, so there are more squares. So that's the reason why, because it's technically double. So it's 30, but it was 15, if that makes sense. But realistically, I think, let's just see if it was.
Only be a tiny bit smaller.
Yeah. Realistically,
It's only like just over 5 feet too big.
realistically, as DM's discretion, I'm going to let that happen, so that's fine. But it is Woober's go, and on Woober's go, Woober is going to look around and just describe to me what you're doing at the moment when you're concentrating on this darkness spell. So obviously you're still in the midst of looking at it. Just describe what your figure looks like, Salvation.
Salvation's just sort of like staring at the smoke and kind of like gently gesticulating to keep it going.
That's what I was trying to get at. I was trying to think, are you doing some cool shit? So Woober's kind of like looking at you do that, and he's kind of like, he's got his short bow,
Chittens.
and he's like looking towards the goblins, and obviously what he's just seen with Jackal, and he's kind of looking towards you and looking towards the goblins with notched on both, not knowing what to do. I'm going to make a quick roll for him to see what he does.
Are we gonna have to kill Ruber?
Depends That's what I roll.
Jackal's just vibing to the music.
It's
Bangers.
pretty sick. I like this
Yeah.
You know
one.
what?
I just
I saw
found
something on
command
Instagram.
music.
Oh.
Tempo.
Oh no.
Jamie
was
died!
No.
He vibed too hard.
It's a matter of time.
There you
Oh.
go.
But
Hey.
Oh, his camera's still not loading, but...
I did. But the music be vibing though, and then it's just
Okay.
like a seagull that's just.
What is going on?
Damn, you weren't lagging
Okay.
for that whole time, by the way.
So, you
Yeah, my
guys,
Discord
as
just
you see, I mean, you see this salvation. The rest of you guys don't. Jackal, you'll probably just catch this through the side of your eye. You see Woober pull back his short bow towards salvation, and then kind of looks at the dead goblins in front of him, and kind of like aims it true past you, Jackal, and fires and lets go. So it looks like it's going in your direction. Jackal, are you doing anything?
It looks like it's going in my direction.
Looks like.
I'm gonna have faith in Wither, and considering I'd have my back turned to me as well, so
Okay.
being honest, I probably wouldn't see
That's
an
fine.
arrow coming. It'd be too quick, I think.
You just roll.
Best boy.
You catch it like the corner of your eye. You're like, shit. Oh, munch it.
Yeah, I think realistically that arrow is going to be too quick for me to really
Yeah.
even do anything.
I would say at this moment it's more of a flavour thing more than an action thing. But
Ooh, flavour thing.
it flies, and you let go in your direction, Jackal, and it literally, in slow motion, if we saw it on camera, past your eyes like that, and you see the feathers just as it like wobbles past your face, just and goes into the darkness, and you hear nothing, as you assume he may have missed a target passing you.
Oh. Good, he's still outside then.
Well,
He looks at you,
there's
Jackal,
two
and goes.
outcomes from that.
He looks at you and goes, Woober help. And he kind of gives you a nod.
Yay!
Do I? Because it'd be a quick sort of split second. Would I have enough time to like insight that to?
Yeah, you could do
To
an
just-
insight. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To by his tone of his voice.
This is when Weber's another fucking gnome.
It's just a village of gnomes.
Yeah, roll an insight. Let's see what you find out.
They're all gnomes.
The metal golem's actually just 4 gnomes put together with duct tape.
Yeah.
No, they're gnomes shaped like
It's all an
kobolds
illusion.
that are gnomes, but the wrong one. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna
Nobly.
kill the moment for a
It's
second.
just a rather big jacket, that's all.
Yeah.
Connie.
3 rock gnomes in a trench
Come on,
coat.
Connie.
You're not going to the church.
Oh dear. It was all an illusion.
We've
I
been
have been
tricked the entire
deceived.
time. There was no Icewind Dale.
It was Woober all along.
Imagine. It was Woober all along.
Rhubarb.
Draw an insole check. Roll an insole check. An insole check for your
yeah.
shed.
Insult check. I'm analysing Woober's soul. That's a 19.
This
Oh,
picks up
19.
Weber's foot.
Okay. Just for an added bit of flavour. With a 19, you get, as the arrow was knocked back and his kind of aim was true, your eyes were focused on his eyes. Well, actually, you weren't really looking, but I would say that the way that the arrow is flying past you, you would know that it's definitely not at you and it's definitely towards something else. Or he was trying to aim for something in the distance in the inky blackness of the darkness spell.
From a distance.
Beautiful. Okay. Seeing and hearing what we've just said, Jackal's just gonna grind his swords together and pull them facing towards the dark smoke, ready for whatever the fuck comes out.
Amazing. And on that go, kind of like zoom back over to Athena because it's now her go. As she's standing right behind Woober, I believe.
Yep. So she was starting to climb up the mountain, but she's quite attuned with me, and probably seeing that what's just happened with Woober and me. She is going to come down the mountain again. So 5, 10, 15, and really come close to Woober's legs as if to guard him.
Oh, nice. Cool. So as kind of like, you see like Simba style kind of like walking in and then kind of like curls up and prowls around Woober. Yeah, brilliant.
Exactly.
Yep, and that's the end of her turn.
Are you
Actually, she will
holding
take the...
anything with her
Yeah,
action?
she's going to take the dodge action.
Okay, cool. So you hold dodge. Nice. Brilliant, and that's her go. Next up, Sentry. I would say at this point, this is where you hear the silent message, and from where you are on the inside, you can't like hear like swords clanging and things like that. It's quite quiet in here, but there might be something amiss, and especially if you've just heard this, there is definitely something going on outside.
The shit, I know his name. Hold on. What's the goblin gnome's name? Sorry.
Spellex.
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 Does he look as though he's reacting to any of the noises or anything at the minute, or am I the only one that's like now knows kind of thing?
So imagine like a silent room, and everyone's just having like conversation between themselves. I mean, you've got Oaklyn, who's currently just doing an identify spell, so she's doing that, and you've got Saya, who's kind of like ready to look at this egg, and you've got Spellex, who's kind of just like taking note and just kind of like looking up and down the egg to see what they're up to. So no one's really paying attention to this whole scene at the moment, let's just say.
Everyone, the message from Jackal has just said that there's trouble outside. Spellex, do you think if you go outside, you'll be able to calm them as we're guests here?
Well, one would think so. Oh dear, is there a ruckus?
Please, so coming outside with me, and if it's turn-based, then I'll pick him up and walk out with him.
Yeah, at this point it will be
Otherwise-
turn-based, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I'll gesture to pick him up and then walk out with him, or walk beside him, or whatever it is.
Okay, you can use your action to pick him up if you want. You can hold him.
Yep.
Okay, so you walk in. What's your movement?
It is 30.
Okay, so we've got...
30.
I would say you can pick him up and I would say move towards the door, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that-
just move him. He's closer in front kind of thing, so then that
Yeah.
way he can start mooching on.
And as you do this, and as he's kind of like looking towards you, he's getting ready to kind of right himself. So you see him do that. Let me just roll for him, as I haven't really done that yet.
Did he seem confident as well about, like, he doesn't seem nervous to say that he feels as though he can calm it down?
You can make a very quick insight check as well if you wish.
15.
15. With the 15, you get the inkling that he's used to fights breaking out. So the fact of a conflict isn't really that much of a big deal to him.
It's like, regular Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where you get that? Oh, fuck!
Yeah, not again. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just move him there, and then that's my go.
Okay, let me just roll for him so we know where he is.
Gosh.
That's 17. Fantastic. Should have done this at the top of the round, but hey, it's just going forward. I would say it was his turn as well at the same time. So realistically, I would say he would have gone towards you. And at that point, towards the door, he has clicked his fingers, and once again, well, actually, on the way to the door, he would have placed his helmet on, clicked his fingers, used silent image, and now he's back in the Arbnock form.
Cool.
So he is looking like Yarbnock at this point. So that's kind of a double turn. Brilliant. Are you doing anything else for you go?
No, that's everything. Yeah.
Fantastic. Salvation, you're up. You're currently concentrating on the darkness spell with
Yes.
goblins lurking on the inside. But you don't know where they
Okay,
are.
so Salvation is going to use thaumaturgy to boom her voice as loud as she possibly can, and she's just going to shout at the top of her lungs, "Everybody chill the fuck out. This was an accident. Everybody calm down. We do not want to hurt you, okay? Just fucking chill."
Okay. If you want to do that, I will say either make a persuasion check or a performance check. It's up to you.
Let's see. Oh, they're both exactly the same shite, so let's go with that. 15 for
Okay.
persuasion.
Okay,
Not too bad.
Give me a small second.
Could be worse.
Could be a lot worse.
The fuck did those goblins go?
Okay. So, where did you aim this, by the way?
Just
interest.
outward, just trying to get it heard over as much of the fort as possible.
Okay. I will say that obviously it's not going to get the whole place because it is only
No,
so,
but
I will say the closer goblins will hear it.
like as much of a megaphone boom as possible. Like
Yeah. I'll say a small radius.
aiming somewhere where it's going to echo off the wall.
Yeah. Okay. I will say that. Hold on. For now.
I don't know whether it's got an actual like potential radius on it.
No, it doesn't. It's one of those things where it's just gotta have to play it by ear, depending on what you do, because there's so many ways you can use thaumaturgy. So what I will say is that when you do this and you boom out your voice and you say it, you hear from inside the darkness. You hear first off, it's when you did it, there was kind of like confusion and screaming and like just mild panic, like like that, and then you hear two voices from inside the darkness go, "We believe you, I think." And then the other one goes, "Don't be so foolish. They're foolish. Kill them." And the other ones go, "No, she's we don't want trouble." That's what you hear from the inside of the darkness spell.
God. Right, okay. In that case, I'm going to... Can I, in one fell swoop, drop darkness and pull out my shield?
You can drop a spell whenever you like, and you can. There's a... Yeah, I would say. No problem at all.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna drop darkness, pull my shield round, and just hold a hand out like a stop gesture, like a trust me kind of thing.
Okay. So,
Stop.
as
Wait a minute.
the spell fades, it doesn't just kind of go like that, and it's like a pull blanket. It's more like an effect of the smoke just very quickly like sucks into a drain, and it's like dissipates, so it kind of falls. And at that point, hold on,
God, this is gonna go really badly.
you see a dragon. No, you see the BBG.
dragon.
See, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You
They
see
combined
two
into a
goblins
goblin mecha.
to the left-hand side or the south side of the bridge, kind of like with their kind of arms up in the air with like short bows, kind of like we believe you, like that. And there's one on the corner just going, don't listen to her, and got like a sword out and looking towards you and them. So, can you see the ones with the blue on top
God.
of them?
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are currently not
Yeah,
necessarily
so
on your
it's-
side, but listening to you.
Just trust me, you do not want to do that.
Let's make a goblin army.
Okay. So currently you've got two. The ones with the blue are not persuaded by you, but on kind of understanding what you're trying to say. The one to the north is like having none of it. And
Yeah, listen to your friends. I do not want to hurt you. I promise. Still, voice loud.
the goblin below you with the cape and the slaughter outfit, he's also got his knife, short sword out. He's kind of like aiming it towards you, kind of pointing. He's not happy at all. So I would say with that, I mean, as a spell goes, not
Yeah.
too bad.
I don't know whether... I don't think I can do anything else. I've not got any bonus actions I can use right now.
Yeah, I'd say that would be your full action to do that.
Yeah. Yep.
You want to move? You got movement left? You can go somewhere?
No, I'm gonna hold fast where I am.
Cool.
It's pretty good position.
Yeah, it's not bad. So as you do that, and as that scene unfolds, it is now the goblins' go. So this is going to get interesting. At the moment, the current situation with the goblins around you, you see one of the goblins, in particular the one that looks like he's not convinced, draw his short bow and aim back towards you, and kind of like looks towards the two other goblins and go, "I'll deal with you later," like that, and kind of pulls his short bow back and takes a shot at you, Salvation. And I will make you, or let you see these rolls. So that is a short bow towards you. 11
Miss.
hits. The other one at the bottom is also going to aim and fire towards you. I would say at this point you're probably 3/4 cover because you are up high, so that's +2 to your AC.
Ooh.
As he's having to aim up and you're under a bridge, so it's a little bit of a harder shot. That's a 24 to hit with a natural 20.
Shiza, yeah, that hits.
Okay, cool. Even with +2 AC.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
fine.
yeah, wait, what do you mean? Even with +2 AC?
I don't know.
7.
Formations are the
Sentry, I
classes.
know they're not. They do, on purpose. I'm doing that on purpose. That is 7 piercing damage. As he flings the arrow towards you, and it gets just hit in your shoulder as it goes like that, and it hits you in the right by the collarbone.
Fucking nat 20 bastard.
He didn't actually roll too good on the second one, so it's not too bad. He did a natural 1 on the damage. So.
Oh, that's alright then.
The other 2 goblins, however, are going to. In fact, they're going to do their movement. So one goblin's going to move more towards you, which is. So that's 5, 10, 15, 22. You guys making me do all the rolls.
That is how this works.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he is currently below. And I will put a little sticker on that so you can tell.
Oh, it's Goatman.
Yes, Goatman is not happy.
Goatman's a little bitch.
I will put him as below. I'll put a little purple dot on him so you know he's not the same. So he's just below.
Oh, man.
And the other 2 are going to, in confusion, what would they do? They'd probably 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, that way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they wouldn't really know when they start moving backwards. They've they've sheathed their dagger and kind of seen you attack. And they've kind of like got their hand on their weapon, but not really knowing what to do. But they've moved back, kind of like not really sure what's going on. And I think at the moment, it's alright. It's not like I got 50 tokens to move.
1, 2.
Yeah, you had to put the intense music on for this one, didn't
Yeah. The tiny goblin just stab me with the shit.
you currently see towards the bottom of you, Jackal, you would see this. Just below you, where the automaton is hanging from, you met a goblin on the way in riding a warg. He's currently starting moving towards where you guys are.
Cool.
And that is their go for now, I believe. Actually, no. No, it's not. Okay, Salvation, you see this as well. Athena does catch this and Woober does as well. From the left-hand side, you see from the opposite plank, kind of like walkway to the little cabins at the back, you see 2 wolves and 2 extra goblins start to appear. That is their go. Jackal, you are now up.
Oh God, I swear to God.
Jackal is going to move up 5, 10, 15. He's going to put the sword to the goblin's throat, point it at his throat, and he's going to say, I killed 2 of your kind in 1 second. I got 2 blades in all day. Tell your goblin kind to stand down, or I will kill every one of your species that lives on this very mountain.
He replies with a very angry look and goes, Yobnock's gonna have your guts.
What do you think, Dave?
I'm gonna take a quick glance over my shoulder. Do I see Sentry come out yet from my message?
Did you reply Sentry to his message?
I can't.
He can't.
Oh, is it one way? Do you see Sentry come out? Did you say?
Yeah, like, do I see, like, he's come out? Do I?
Not yet.
Okay.
But using that spell, the message spell, is it message or silent?
Silent speech.
Silent speech. You know that it went through.
Yeah. I'm going to take a fucking risk. I'm going to ready my action. If the goblin in front of me moves a fucking muscle in a hostile way, I'm going to slash his fucking throat.
Okie doke, you can definitely hold that.
Yeah, and that'll be the end of Jackal's turn.
Amazing. Saya, you're up. You currently find yourself in a small room with an egg-shaped metallic object that you were tinkering with last time. You hear what Sentry has just said about the conflict going on outside. What are you doing?
I think so. I said Sentry. I think Saya's gonna probably be like, this can wait, this is more urgent. And he's gonna follow right behind Sentry.
Okay.
Out the room.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
I can't see anything. Alright, there we go. I'll be like right behind him there.
Okay, brill. And at the moment,
I think he's too big to get past, so I'm just gonna...
that's fine. You can see that Yarbnock has taken his form again. He's no longer Spellex.
Cool. What I will... I will draw, since I heard that you said there's a conflict outside, I'm gonna draw my blade.
Okay, brilliant. Would you like to
that'll
do
be
anything
no,
else?
I'm not gonna do that yet.
Okay, cool.
That'll be it.
Amazing. Next up, Willow or Oakland. You are currently concentrating on your identify spell. Would you like to drop it?
No, you said I completed it last session.
Did I?
Yeah, because you sent me the details over Discord message.
Did. Forgive me.
Yeah.
You have just finished your identify spell. It's been 2 weeks. You have just been finished your identify spell, and you hear what Sentry has just said, and Yarbnock has taken the Yarbnock form. What do you do?
I'm going to walk over, literally just next to Saya.
Okay.
And then I had a plan and I forgot it.
It's a great plan.
This is great. Gonna read it.
Plans that always are not.
It's because I
plans
read
are the best plans.
something, but now I've forgotten what the rule is for it. So bear with.
Just so you know, someone's got some fan feedback on their mic. I'm not sure who it is.
Yeah.
It's me.
Jackal.
Yeah, sorry, it's the laptop. It wants
Taking
to
off.
take off.
Change the sensitivity on Discord.
Out of
So,
curiosity,
That's better, Jackal, by the way.
is there any
Yeah,
like
that's
tall
sensitive as
creatures
well.
I've seen that are like roughly 4 foot?
Creatures you've seen that are 4 foot, so outside of the realms of goblins?
Cool.
No, in this area.
Oh, in this
Jackal.
area?
No, jackal.
4 foot
Yeah.
in height?
Yes.
Interesting. What are you thinking? Just remind me of what you're trying to do, just so I can think.
I just want to know if there was any creatures that were about 4 foot tall. If I've seen any around 4 foot. Look, I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking the
I
question.
would say the only creature you've seen that's 4 foot at the moment in height, not standing up, is Snargle outside, who is standing up is 4 foot.
Nurgle. Okay, that's fine. The spell would be so good if I could do it to other people. It's only a self thing that pisses me off. Okay, I'm just going to hold my action. If any... So just out of clarification, does Oaklin, from what Sentry said, think that there's any hostility outside?
You get that from his
Okay.
his manner. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stand behind Saya then.
Okay.
So I've got, like, range. And if any goblin tries to attack us, I'm going to release a firebolt. And that's it.
Okay.
Not
cool.
really... Yeah. I don't have a good vantage point.
I will have a look at some more 4 foot creatures because I can't think of many in the top of my head that you may have seen.
My plan's gone. I was just curious
Okay,
to
that's
see if
fine.
I saw any, like, 4 footish creatures around, but that's fine.
Okay.
It was very specific.
Yeah.
It was very specific, yeah.
I was going to say like a hare, but they're like not even a foot. They're like that. And maybe a badger.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's your go, just holding firebolt if one of the goblins come in.
One of the goblins come in to attack.
attack.
Yeah, in a
No
hostile
worries.
matter.
Amazing? Did you get that? It's amazing, amazing.
That's amazing.
Copyright. Right. Cool. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
No. I think I'm good there.
Amazing. Cool. Woobers go. Back to the top
Turn
of
order's
the...
still slightly fucked.
Say that again.
Turn order's still slightly fucked.
Is it? Just give me a sec.
Yeah.
If you just do the auto sort
I'll do the thing.
and then cycle through, yeah.
Don't think it matters too much, but yeah, it should have been Woober, Spellex, then Willow.
That's right. This
Oh,
turn
well.
round, we will do it this way around. Or we'll
Doesn't
do
matter.
Woober at the top of the round and go from here. So it's Spellex next. Okay, cool. So Woober will again see this aggression towards you, Jackal. And as he's just seen these other goblins and wolves come to his left-hand side, he's going to make a decision. Just make me roll. Just bear me a sec. I love the fact how you guys have actually got into this battle.
Yeah. I'm just looking at wizard spells. Just in case we ever level up. That's all.
What's roll again? It's // roll.
Back, Chloe!
You can have all
Gotta be prepared.
whatever, like 1d20 or whatever.
I don't think that's too bad of an idea.
Okay,
So-
so okay, I'm gonna do it old school.
Yeah, I'm just like looking
gonna
at all the
roll.
spells.
I'm gonna roll a d4 for Woober to see what happens. So on a 1 and a 2 does something, and on a 2 and a 4 does something. Okay. Woober turns left and aims his short bow straight towards the wolves that are heading towards you, and he goes for an attack.
Good Woober.
That is a 14 to hit. Let's see. That hits. Just. Let's see the damage. See what he does.
That's a lot of damage.
That is 3 piercing damage. Smack bang on the wolf's arm as it whelps in pain as it's running towards. It's the closest one, so... Okay, cool. Amazing. And he's going to just shimmy on backwards towards you, Salvation, to the edge of the cliff, going, and just kind of stumbling his words. Next up is Spellex's go. And he's going to do the knock on the door, as you've heard time and time again. Are you going to let him go?
Oh yeah. I only brought him to the door. I would have let go of him.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, when he got to the door.
Let's see what this boy can do.
My keyboard or someone is gross.
Okay, so he's going to knock on the door 3 times. Hearing what you've just said, Sentry, and your reaction to that. And he's going to do his simultaneous knock. And I would say, as he does this, he lunges the door open and swings it open. And what you see in front of you... Bear with me. Are the familiar goblins straight ahead. But this time, instead of greeting them the way that Yarbnock normally greets them, he is going to draw his sword and he's going to say to them, "You need to stop the fighting now!" as he walks ahead. And Sentry and Saya and Oakland, you would see this behind his back. He is currently unsheathing his sword with one, but with his other hand, you can see this crackling bit of energy just between his fingers.
Nice.
Like, Oakland, you would actually understand this because you actually contain this spell, and you would know that this is a chromatic orb.
Oh, he's doing... I'm gathering he's probably doing lightning or thunder then.
So you can just see this kind of like that. Just very out of his fingertips.
She's going to get ready.
And that is his go. As the goblin looks in front of you, kind of like looking at you, Sentry, and Saya, and looking at Yarbnock, and kind of like not really understanding what's going on. That's bring us to your go, Oakland.
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry. So he just gets in front of the
He gets
door.
in front of the door, and he's basically ordered the guards to go and stop the fighting outside. And in behind his back, you can see it going like his fingers are crackling, but he's hiding that away from the guards, like it's behind his back.
Okay. Are we stood behind him right now? Because it's a little bit strange.
Yes, you are stood right behind him. I mean, you can occupy this space. I'll move you there if you want.
Who's that guy in front of him?
That is a goblin.
I'm gathering that's the person he's talking to stop the fighting.
That's right.
Okay. Fuck it. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna follow suit, and I'm gonna hold a lightning chromatic orb, and I will fire it when he does.
Hey, nice.
I got really scared for a second there. It was like, and I will fire it.
Fire it in his back.
Yeah, I'll fire it when he does. I'm gonna follow suit, and I'm gonna keep it behind my back as well.
Okay, amazing. So you've got the idea, and and I would say you don't have to roll anything in particular because you can't see behind him and then you can't really tell, so you don't really have to roll.
Just gonna tower over.
Sleight of hand. Right,
nice.
Is that your go?
That is my go.
Amazing. I will say that just so you know, if you are holding a spell, and Luke will back me up on this, if it doesn't go off, it still uses that spell. Is that right?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
That's that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
With a firebolt, because is it a cantrip firebolt?
It's a cantrip,
so
yes. The firebolt wouldn't have count, but I wanna follow his suit.
Okay, cool, brilliant. So that's the jig. That's what's going down. Next up is Saya. You see all this. You see a crackling bit of energy behind Oakland's form, and just about through the door, You see Spellex following suit. What would you do?
I can't. I don't really know what to do.
So behind
I've already
you,
got my weapon drawn, and I've
behind
already.
you is another door. And you've got the 2 chambers, one of which hasn't been opened, one of which is Yarb Nock's quarters, and the dining table in front of you full of rotten meats, just to remind you.
Okay, well, I'm going to basically be guarding our back in that case. So if anything comes at us with hostility, I will defend myself, basically.
Okay,
And that's all
just position yourself where you want to be. That's my interest.
I'm staying where I am.
Oh, staying where you are. What I will mention to you guys, especially you, Sarah, as you're looking around.
Mhm.
Let's just make sure I'm right with this. This chamber. Okay, so the door towards the back end of where you're not going, so you're going towards the front area. The door towards the back has a small peephole to the left-hand side. You've noticed this, and all of you noticed this. And when I mean a peephole, like we're talking like a very small, like you could just fit maybe a crossbow bolt.
Odd security guard, like.
Yeah.
No, I'm still gonna stay where I am.
That's fine.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still. That'll be my go.
Amazing. You're not holding anything, or you just drawing your sword?
I said I'll hold it. If anything comes to us, like with hostile intent, then I'll attack back.
Okay. Brilliant. Good to know. Next up is Athena.
Yeah, cool. So Athena's going to look around. She sees that Wubers ran to the protection and the safety of salvation. So naturally, Athena's going to return to her master. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 there. And seeing that she can see that Jackal is holding a sword to this guy's throat, she will also hold her action for when Jackal attacks this guy, or whenever Jackal attacks, she will attack too.
Okay, so I'll take it as definitely like a Simba moment with the kind of Pride Rock scene, where he's kind of like prowling and almost kind of like engaging with it, like teeth out and that kind of thing.
Indeed, absolutely, Mr. DM.
Amazing. Cool. Good to know. Sentry, you're up. And Salvation, you're on deck.
I'm not wanting to. I can't like. No, I can't.
Just so you know, you can push past allies, and at the moment there are 2 allies in front of your path.
I'm not trying to like grapple and push Yarbnock forward, but am I able to have like the grapple effect and help move him forward with me, kind of thing? So I'm still using like the half movement thing. I'm not just trying to manhandle him though.
So what's your aim with that? Just remind me.
Same as grapple, just trying to get him to continue to move forwards, and that way he can continue to move with the rest of his like guards when he starts getting there, and hopefully get him to the front door.
So you want Sentry to be literally attached to Yarbnock? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I just want to be able to move him over. If it means that because of turn order I'm going to have to forcefully move him, then I won't do that. But if I can use part of my movement to get him to move with me, kind of thing, then I'll do that. But
okay, I will remind you that there are 3 other goblins that see him as a goblin, and that you shouldn't be touching him.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to touch him. Yeah, if it's part of initiative kind of thing, it makes it awkward. I don't want to grapple him. I just want for him to be able to keep moving.
Yeah, I mean,
so
you can do it. It's
gift him my movement.
Yeah, you can do it. You can move with him if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. Cool. So I would say that next time he has a turn, you'll follow him, basically.
Yep.
In suit, and I would say that you can do that, and he will probably let you do it. So yeah, I would say that's not an issue. I would say that if he's attached to you, it's probably halving his speed. Because he's going to be the one up front.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want him attached to me. No, I'll just hold my action to dash then. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. Would you like to do anything else with your action? Or your move? Or your bonus action?
That's all good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're all a bit tense at the moment inside. Which brings us back to, if that's your go.
Yeah.
Salvation, you're up.
Hello.
You currently see 2 wolves darting in front of you, straight ahead of you, coming towards and right at you, followed by 2 goblins behind, drawing their scimitars. You see to your right a goblin being pretty much cornered by Jackal and Athena. What do you do?
So Salvation's going to move forward just here.
Yeah.
She's going to... Yeah, she's going to hold Sacred Flame, but kind of like woof it and sort of have it ready to go, but only if any of the goblins attack her or one of her allies.
So you're holding Sacred Flame?
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of like...
Only if someone's attacked, though.
Okay, so you kind of like stumble, you can't not stumble, you move back cautiously, hands out, and you got your Sacred Flame ready.
Oh no, she's charged forward and taken like a power stance and just gone vroom, and just staring like fucking try me bitch kind of face.
That's amazing. Cool, love it. And that's your go. So
I'm just
everyone's holding
there.
actions, brilliant. Shit, is that your go?
Yeah.
The tensity.
So
if they attack, this is gonna be fucking hilarious.
this is how this is gonna go down.
The goblin's gonna like sneeze, and we're all just gonna be like.
I have to remember how clever goblins are on their intelligence. So, the goblin in front of Jackal, he will look at you and look at Athena, think he's backed into a corner, and he's gonna go for a swipe at you, at Jackal. I would first like you to make an attack roll, and Athena to make an attack roll.
Yeah, boy,
Well,
as we said,
well.
the second he moves a muscle, we're fucking having him. So, hang on, all standby. Do I get this benefit as well? Let me check. Because we haven't played in 2 weeks, I just need to double check, make sure I've got it correct. Don't need to roll advantage on the attack roll if another enemy or target is within 5 feet of it.
Don't get advantage, but you will get sneak attack.
Yes, that's what I'm checking to get sneak attack.
Yeah.
Yep, just wanted to double check. Yeah, I thought I was right. I just wanted to do the double read on it just to make sure, because of course it's been 2 weeks. But thank you, Mr. Luke, for being on the same page. Right, so first swing from Jackal is an 18.
18 absolutely hits.
Yep, beautiful. So that is 14 piercing damage.
14. You go for a swipe, and he absolutely gets obliterated. His arms pretty much could become severed, mid-severed, and you slash down between his chest area and just sprays with blood as his eyes roll back, and he's dead.
Beautiful.
Athena gets the blood on her,
That
and she licks and laps it up. Like,
okay, beautiful.
and
Can
no,
I say,
in fact, fuck it, because she's doing an attack as well. As he's falling down and in unconscious and dying, Athena goes for the head and rips and cracks it off. As you see the body get detached and throws the head over the bridge.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Tyrannical rulers. My God.
Fatality.
Fucking beautiful. Thank you, Mr. DM. Yeah, Jack was just gonna swish the blood off his sword, ready for what's to come next.
Amazing. I'm just gonna move these guys. 15, 20, 30. So you see these happening. The 2 goblins in front of you, watching that happen, they actually continue to run. As they see you as something that is come out of the sky, that is some sort of demon. They're shouting in goblin at you. You don't know what they're saying. Salvation, you hear them going, run! Like just shouting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And lucky enough, Jackal, you see straight in front of you. What's your vision? Just your dark vision, just a matter of interest.
Dark vision, but of course you got the big flamey
yes,
torch
you have.
in
Okay,
front,
I just wondered if you
so-
had it. It's fine. I don't think it's dark just yet because it's still. Was it dark? Was it dark? It was day when you got there. I don't remember.
Yeah, because we rested. And
It's
then
still
we got
day.
here.
It's still day.
Yeah.
I would say 60 feet in front of you, as the goblins are running away, you can see 2 extra wolves and 2 extra goblins running towards you, but these goblins are blocking the path. So they're causing a blockage in the bridge, and they're like, get out of the way, like that kind of thing.
Which direction's this? Is this over here?
No, this is this way. Over here.
Oh, I can't quite see that far. Okay.
In fact, there you go. Yeah, you can see.
Now I can. Yeah, now I can. Cool.
Let me just hold on. So many moving cogs.
More intricacy makes it more fun sometimes.
It does. Although they are still going to attack you, but I will say because their troop is in front of them and you are pretty far away. Is it? Let's just see the range on there. See what we get. The short bow range is wow. Okay. Just in range. You get 2, 1 bolt coming towards Athena and 1 bolt coming towards you.
If I can bring it, you tell me which was which.
Okay, so first one at you, short bow attack, 15.
This is.
Second one at the cat, 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits Athena.
Oh, 5 piercing damage.
That's cool. She can take it. Oh man, when did she get so low?
As
Athena take damage
one of the
last session?
one of the bows arrows flies through and straight into her side as she goes "Woo!" and kind of like winces in pain. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't realise she was quite that low. But okay, yeah, cool. Okay.
I don't think she took any damage, lads.
I don't think she's ever taken damage.
Not
I don't
last.
know why.
Yeah.
She was marked down to 23 hit points, but her max is 30, I believe. Let me just double
She
check.
hasn't taken hit point. Maybe you didn't
Yeah.
upgrade it when you
I
leveled
don't think I upgrade. Yeah, no, I didn't. That's
she,
why.
She hasn't
You
been,
are absolutely
She
right.
hasn't
I
been hit
literally-
yet on this campaign because the DM doesn't like hitting cats. Anyway, so
So okay, that's 5 from 30 to 25. I mean, she's still. That definitely fucking took a mark on her, but yeah.
yeah, she's just got an
That's
arrow
better.
sticking into the side of her. She's
was gonna
whelped
say,
in
I
pain,
don't-
but she's more pissed off now than she's ever been. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
Still-
I was gonna
still
say, I
listening
didn't
to
recall
you.
her taking damage.
At this point, I would say just kind of like looking at initiative and just rolling, because obviously when you roll initiative for everyone, you have to kind of think who would be first. And at this point, I would say, because the wolves are quick, oh no.
Oh, oh no! Oh no! So why did you leave, Woober?
2 of the wolves go straight to Woober as they, well, Woober attacked the wolf, so he goes over to him. This could be it, man.
Wait, where from?
This side, the side that I told you that they were coming down from the rampart.
Oh, I straight up did not see that path. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shit.
I thought it was just in front of us. I did not realise anyone could get down that side. I've just been like, it's fine. Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything because it wasn't my turn, but I thought you were going to stay with Woober.
Woober will take 2 attacks from a wolf bite.
No.
They also get pack tactics.
Were you holding your sacred flame? Is I can't remember.
Yes, you were, and you
Anyone
can.
attacks, my thing goes off.
Well, this is it, because the goblin attacked straight away, but that got incinerated by Jackal. So I would say for this point, you were looking towards Woober. I would say because you've turned around. Yeah, I would say before this goes off, make your Sacred Flame attack on one of the wolves. You can see which one is damaged. One's got an arrow sticking in him. The other one hasn't. Which one are you going for?
Whichever's closest to me, to be honest.
Okay, the closest wolf. Yeah, make an attack roll. Or is it a spell DC for Sacred Flame? I can't remember.
Is it? I don't. Good question.
Might be a save. I think. Let's check.
Dexterity saving throw.
Dex save. Right, what's the save?
It doesn't say, so 13, I guess, if it's just my spell save DC.
Luke? Is it spell save
What?
DC?
It doesn't list one, so is it just my spell save DC?
Oh, what for sacred? I think it's like wisdom. So
Let me just check that.
No, it's Dex.
dex save, yeah.
Oh, 13, yeah. Dex 13.
Dex 13.
Yeah, it is. Thought it was.
You go and fire it towards the wolf as he is pretty dexterous and slides out of the way and it hits the floor.
Never mind.
Does it do any half damage or?
No, it just completely goes, yeah.
Okay. So 2 bite attacks with advantage straight at Woober. First one is a 21 to hit.
Just checking your sheet as you make sure that I've got it on. Oh yeah, if you on your main sheet it's on the top of the attack section.
Yeah, well, I had to go in to edit it anyway because it wasn't at the right level.
Okay. So one of the wolves goes to bite Woober, and kind of Woober parries him down with his scimitar that he's got equipped now. And he misses, but the other one takes a bite into his arm, and he bleeds profusely out of one chest area, and he literally goes down to one leg, like he is in pain, and he screams and goes, "Ah! Ah! Help!"
Shit.
As he gets 2, actually no, with this, Jackal, you've got a short bow coming towards you.
Oh, bring it. It's better than we were having it.
Because he's looking at the biggest threat right now.
Yeah, I'm the demon.
10 to hit.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, the wolves.
Not you, DM. I love you massively.
That's fine. Salvation, one at you. Short bow, 11 to hit.
Yes.
Amazing. Yeah, the wolves look like they're being taken, so it's fine. So the goblins won't do that. Ooh, yeah. By the way, Salvation, Woober looks like he's about to die.
Okay.
Okay, so moving in the interior of this place, I would say.
Wait.
Say again.
What happened to my son? Hold on. Hang on, I'm confused.
We're still on the Goblins Go.
Yeah, we've been on the Goblins Go this whole time, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah. God, that reads.
You've just done some held actions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
okay.
held action.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So the
Confused
first
myself, sorry.
goblin on the inside opens the barricaded door, swings it open. It opens with a creak. As you see, one goblin march out towards the side as this door is lifted. Alright, just move that out. And all 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, move out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Towards the exit of this place. And you see one of the leading goblins. He's not like a leader, but he's more of a heavily armoured one compared to the rest. The others have scimitars. This one has more of a spear, or a jagged spear, or a makeshift spear. And he kind of looks at everyone and goes, "Stop fighting now! Yarbnock demands it!" And all of the goblins turn towards this goblin. And you see them for a moment just think what they're doing. Jackal, it is your go.
Okay. Hearing that, I'm going to say, turn around quickly to Sal and say, So, I don't know the goblin's intentions. Go back and protect Woober. I've got this angle covered. And then I'm going to run forward 5, 10, 15, 20. What's the look on the goblins' faces down here? Do they still look hostile?
Which one's down there?
Did they hear it?
They are all now looking towards the goblin that has just exit the cabin and is screaming at them.
Okay. 25, 30.
You wouldn't know what they said. He said it in Goblin, so Salvation understood. But you understand it's some sort of...
shit, that's a good point. Oh, that is a good point, actually. I really wouldn't have any fucking clue what was said. So, to be fair, an honest Jackal would carry on. Okay. Jackal is going to pull out his bow. And he is going to fire at the back wolf there.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Cool.
I would say that the wolf is probably in cover because it's got 3 other goblins in front of him. So you'd have to move just over to the side a bit, perhaps there.
Would that help? Or
no,
other way?
That's it, yeah.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, gonna fire at him. As Jackal pulls out his bow, he gets an arrow out of his quiver. You then see Jackal start to mutter some enchantment out of his mouth, and you see this sort of green, black, blue aura all mixed together go around, wrapping around his arrow as his arrow starts to cover in thorns and spikes. And then he lets his arrow fly. So first of all, oh fuck, that's brutal. 10 to hit.
10 to hit. Let's have a look. Goblins
It was too awesome, the arrow. It's too awesome.
That's so who are you aiming for?
Wolf.
The wolf, it misses.
Shit. Okay, that'll be the end of Jackal's turn then. Damn it, rolled at 2.
Is there
Dinky
any
2.
Is there any kind of like spray damage to that, or?
No, I believe I've got a hit.
Okay.
For it
Unfortunately,
to
that
do
misses.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've got a hit. So, oh well, arrow goes.
Yeah, it just goes and lands on just on the side of the rampart there. Unfortunately,
Cool, yeah.
no hitty.
That's
It
fine.
is
End of Jackal's turn.
Woober's go, and he's bleeding heavily. And he goes and fighting for his life now with his scimitar as he's trying to get out of the mess he's in. Goes for a quick slash. That's an 18 to hit for Woober on one of the wolves. You go for the one that he's already hit. And that's 8 slashing damage as he kind of draws this sword with his last bit of breath, as his one arm is pretty much paralyzed. He goes for a swing and stabs up the dog's face, and it goes through the dog's jaw and up to the brain as you hear it, and it goes silent and the eyes roll back, and he absolutely destroys this dog. This
Yeah,
wolf.
no, we're good lad.
And he steps back and goes, help! Help!
Hopefully those goblins help him. Like, goddamn.
That is his go because he's stuck. Spellex, it is his go. And he is going to move towards the exit of the door. And he's going to shout in Goblin. Salvation, you hear this. Everyone stop fighting unless you want to fight me. That's to everyone in the surrounding area. And you see him get a horn equipped from the side, and it goes.
I'm just thinking of the Ewok horn.
Yeah, pretty much. At that point, all the goblins kind of look towards Yarb Nock now. what I'm going to do, because these guys aren't that intelligent.
Because these guys are stupid as fuck.
They look towards him. I will say they all look towards him, and they all simultaneously stop what they're doing. Just very quickly. And I will say for now, in this moment, we are out of combat.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
The theoretical dust has settled. There is not necessarily a battle going on, but there is still massive tension in the air. Is anybody doing anything very quickly?
Let other people go first because I've
Follow up
just
behind
happened
him.
to now
There you go.
quickly do something.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Sal's going to relay what she heard the goblins say to these guys.
Okay. You can absolutely say that. So you all hear Salvation basically say what the goblin said.
Oh, okay. If I can, if you'll let me DM, I want to move forward just one space, swords drawn, and just look intimidating as fuck to the goblins on the other side.
Okay. You can absolutely do that.
A proper menacing demon type look.
They're all currently staring at Yarbnock's horn sound and listening to what he's trying to say. And you hear him kind of like start moving forward, continuing in Goblin, and he says to them all, kind of very quietly, very abruptly and stern, and he goes in Goblin. Salvation, you hear this? If you all want food, you will listen to me, and I will feed you. If you want to die, I will kill you. Do you repeat that, Sal?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll just keep a running commentary.
He makes his way towards the bridge, whereas the few of the goblins kind of like gather round, kind of like standing down. And you see from the bottom where the goblin was with the goat, kind of like stares up at Yarbnock and goes, "They fired on goat! They fired on goat!" And Yarbnock kind of looks down and kind of like looks towards and goes, "Then why don't we eat the goat? Stupid." And they kind of looks down at the at this guy, and he kind of goes, okay, eat the goat. Yes. Okay. And kind of like he's contemplating his thoughts. So he starts making his way back towards the goat pen. Is anybody doing anything at this time?
Just currently taking stock of everything's position and where everything's looking and how they're reacting to Yarbnock.
Okay. One of the goblins that is on their way towards Salvation in the fight from the ramp up towards the cabin it goes up towards Yarbnock and speaks in Goblin, a bit quieter, but you still get the back end of this conversation. And the Goblin goes, "Woober is traitor. He attacked Wolf. Woober needs to die." And then Spellex looks towards Woober as he's bleeding out and goes, "Is that so, Woober?" And Woober goes, "Woober's just defending himself. Woober doesn't mean any harm. Woober's loyal."
Is that in common or goblin? Sorry.
That's in common. The rest kind of like give him this immensely big bully moment of he needs to die in Goblin. As the rest of you witness this kind of like, and you can hear him say that. And Salvation, you get the rest of that. Are you doing anything as this is going on?
I'll relay it back to the group and just sort of... It's like, hey guys, they are trying to kill Woober for killing the thing, but I don't know. Something is going on. They are having arguments. Maybe
I think
someone's
we should
dipping.
help him out, since he helped us.
Dude, you've got your echoey thing on.
You might echo, Ollie. I'll speak up. If the wolf is killed by Woober, it is but a weak wolf. One that is not for the tribe. Woober is victorious.
As you're talking, you can see another goblin by Yarb Knock translating it into goblin. Which is weird because he speaks common anyway. So it's one of those weird situations where you know you can understand him, but he's translating it.
Translated for no reason. Yeah.
And Yarb Knock goes towards the rest of the group in goblin and goes, "If the wolf dies because of slain and fight, he is weak and deserves to be eaten. So, I see it as food. Everyone carve up the beast and take it in for beast and eating, and everyone can eat this, and I will let them." And he kind of like points towards the other wolf and goes, "Get away from my friend." He points towards that wolf, and the wolf kind of looks towards Yarb Knock, and he kind of gives it a nudge on the back, and he's used to like slapping them quite hard, as these wolves are they're not like soft and fluffy, they're all battered and beaten, they've got scars, some of them got missing ears. He kind of like pushes it out of the way, and it kind of like moves away. And he kind of like goes up to Woober and goes, "Woober has shown his strength. Who else has shown their strength?" And then the rest of the goblins kind of look round and go, and they kind of look towards each other, and then look at the dead goblins on the bridge. And Woober looks, Yarb Knock, or at the moment Yarb Knock looks towards the dead goblins on the bridge and goes, "That is the sign of a weak goblin." And the rest kind of just very confused and kind of like looking around and thinking, "Am I a weak goblin?" And there's this animosity going around. As Woober kind of like is holding this wound, he's nearly bleeding out, and goes, I need to. I'm strong, but I need patching." And he kind of looks towards Woober and goes, "We need to get him patched up, as he will fight to be our leader. Woober is to be our leader. He will fight me, and he will take on the ownership of Karkarock, and I will give him this honor. Does anybody disagree?" And the rest of them kind of like hush tones, like in Goblin, if you was humans, you'd hear them go, like not really stepping up to the mark. As he throws him a potion, and Woober drinks it. Let me just roll it.
Awesome.
What's a normal potion? Let me just do 1d4 plus 4.
Lord Woober.
Oh, 2d4 plus 2. That's fine. Let's do that. Oh, lol. Oh well, heals him a bit. And as he kind of takes this potion, he drinks it, and you can see his wounds start to heal up slightly, and he starts to feel a little bit better. As you assume, he's all drank a healing potion. He then kind of presents Woober with this kind of like really aggressive pat on the shoulder, and he goes to Woober and goes, "We will fight and see who can take leadership." And kind of like pushes him away, and then Yarb Knock kind of walks back towards the cabin, walking past you, Sentry. And Oakley and Saya, are you doing anything as this happens?
Sheathing my sword.
So just looking at the rest of the goblins, they all seem to like take note of the challenge that's come across here.
Yeah, so you've got a few of them, like two of them kind of like muttering between themselves, and you've got two of them at the back kind of going, "Yeah!" like they're ready for the fight kind of thing. It's almost like fight night, but they're kind of ready for it, if that makes sense. Like one of those waited for kind of like royal rumbles, that kind of thing, like yeah, like waving their swords in the air, kind of thing.
No, just let him walk back in.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he starts walking back in. He walks past you, Sayer, and Oaklin.
Oop, I'm just through.
Okay. I would say at this point, guys, by the way, I got the dimensions wrong of the whole place. You can all just about fit in here. So if you wanted to, you can all follow in, if you wish.
Jackal will sheath his swords and slowly make his way back across the bridge.
Amazing.
I'm sure he'll probably be last in. So as soon as Sal moves, or if Sal chooses to move even.
Yeah. Salvation, what are you up to?
Yeah, sure. I'll wander in as well.
Okay, so as you all start to wander in, and this time Yarbnock opens the door himself and walks towards his chamber as you follow, as we see the party following close. This is where we'll take a break.
Okay,
Which will be back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Oh my god, we're back! Hello, everyone! Yes, it's been 5 seconds for everyone else, but it's been 6 years for us. We've finally grown a bit older.
I've got my first grey hair.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Welcome back, everybody. We just took a short break, but we basically ended off with what could have been quite a large combat scene. Shortened down thanks to the willpower of the noble leader Yarbnock, aka Spellex. And we find our heroes, adventurers, entering the room or the dining hall area where Spellex was found to start off with. As he marches back in, everyone follows suit. Can I just have everyone who is not following?
I was gonna say, as I'm going in, I'll just announce to the rest of the Goblin Charter. We guess we'll be going back inside to continue the peace treaty talks. Don't disturb and go about your business. Shall we, and to the rest of the party whilst they're filing in, shall we invite the challenger in as well?
Yeah.
Get a thumbs up from Jackal, who's still walking across the bridge. If he can hear you.
Cleaning all the goblin guts off of him.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
There is. I mean, right now you're walking past a decapitated goblin and no one cares. That's
Kicked his head like a football.
Whoops.
For these discussions, you will join us in the hall. And I'll continue on in if Ruber starts coming.
Sorry, we said that to Woober. What was you saying? Sorry.
Yeah. I said announce to the goblins the challenger will be joining us, kind of thing, for the rest of the discussions. Woober, if you're ready, come and join us in for the challengers chat.
Okay, so as you say this to Woober, he kind of like shakily draws, put his sword back and etches his bow back onto his pack, and kind of like goes towards you. And as he's standing by you, feels a bit more confident. And as he's passing the rest of the goblins, he goes, "Yeah," like that, and kind of like with his like non-existent muscles, kind of flexes a little bit. And one of the goblins at the back goes, "Yeah," like that, and then the rest of them are kind of just like looking at him like, and kind of like snarling and got this angry face. And he kind of like walks in to the hut area and follows you.
Good.
So you follow straight to, does everyone can move their tokens freely now to the point of where they want to be.
I'm gonna go back in where the egg is.
I will tell Athena just to behave herself and keep guard at the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back into the room with the metal egg thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going straight back. I don't give a shit about this fight.
I want to birth a tiny sentry.
Exactly.
I want to fit in.
I burst him out of my mind.
It's just like one of those toy Christmas robots that go.
Yeah, I'm yeah, there you go. Yeah. And somehow I grow as well. I like how that's in your guys' mind. A tiny sentry grows into a big boy.
No,
sentry.
it's like the movie Robots. You slowly get upgrades over time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you enter the familiar room for now, all of you,
Upgrades, upgrades.
you see Yarbnock continue his form. He doesn't change back into Spellex just yet. But what you do see is Spellex kind of looks at you, Sentry, as the biggest in this room. And he kind of like looks towards you straight in the eyes and goes, whispers towards you as Woober is kind of like getting his bearings. It's a bit like Schmeagol going into the water, like he's never been in here before, so he's like looking around and kind of taking chunks and biting some bits off the bone and kind of going, like kind of enjoying himself. And as he's doing this, Spellex whispers to you, Sentry, and goes, "Will you have my back? I need to do something."
If you can change with him here, I'm sure he'll be on our side for this.
He kind of like looks at you and looks up to you because he's only like 4 foot, and he kind of like nods his head, and he clicks his fingers one more time as you see the spell kind of apparate from feet upwards as it goes back to this.
I'll if he's doing it now, I'll stand in front of him for a second, just so Woober can see him.
No, Woober is occupied elsewhere right now. He's doing yeah. So he clicks his fingers. He is apparating back into the Spellex form, and you see his armor, and he kind of takes it off and then holds it under one arm. Takes the helmet off and puts it under one arm, and Woober kind of goes, and he just straight looks at Spellex and goes, "Nice to meet you, Spellex. Nice to meet you, Woober. I'm Spellex."
I was going to say, what the hell?
Imagine.
I knew it.
And he goes, "Nice to meet you, Woober. I'm Spellex." And Woober goes, and as soon as he goes to like almost scream, you see kind of Spellex's eyes roll back. He grabs his palm out in front of him, spins a little circle, grabs this circle, which is made of arcane energy, and throws it towards Woober, and it lands on his head. Bear with me a sec.
Called the shut the fuck up spell.
It is his pet platypus. He just threw him.
Basically, pet platypus, yeah. I mean, that is just... there's ways it can go, but that's just weird.
Is it wearing a hat?
I will put it
Is it Perry?
I will put it in chat what he's just done.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Where'd he go?
Takes the hat off. Oh my god.
That's good. That's good.
Sound of madness. I was literally just reading that spell. Great.
So, let me just have a look. He's going to make a save. His DC is what?
13.
Isn't that a bard spell?
It's a wizard as well,
Ah.
I believe. So I was actually looking at the spell earlier. I thought, oh, that's cool.
Have you seen the video of the bird singing that? It's my favourite thing.
Oh, is it a little bird? And it's like
Yeah,
this-
and like
yeah,
dinking on the mirror. Dink.
Oh, I loved
It's
it.
so... Oh, I love it. I found a parrot with a Scottish accent as well, and it's my favourite. Oh, I love it. I just love birds. I think they're so funny. What the frick? What the fuck?
Burb.
Burbs.
Burb. That right there, that's a burb.
Okay, so bear with me. So he's
Oh
going to
my
make
god.
this
Just-
save.
Oh my god.
Brilliant. Okay, so you see Woober is about to kind of erupt into this kind of scream of uneasy anxiety almost as he stares at this gnome figure staring back at him. And you see this kind of spell kind of apparate in his hand, and he throws this purplish sparkling energy over his head as it kind of like crests into a thorn nest and kind of like slaps on top of his head in an arcane fashion and kind of stays there. As he kind of does that, he kind of like goes, ah! And Spellex puts his finger over his lips and he goes, and he just does nothing. And he just stares and says it, and he goes,
Now, I know you can hear me, so you must be prompt in what I say. I am a gnome, you've probably guessed this by now. But what we are going to do is we are going to make you the ruler, and I'm going to get out of here. Is that okay with you, Woober?
And Woober kind of like very, like with wide-eyed, kind of goes, just very like stiff, almost paralysed. And he kind of looks towards you guys and goes,
And these gentlefolk are going to help me get out. Now, we're going to stage a coup, and we're going to stage my death. Is everybody up for this?
he looks around at you, Sentry, and everyone who's in the room. So currently, Salvation looks at you, and obviously just peeking towards you, Oakland.
No, why not?
And Jackal as well.
The only query that I raised regarding your entrance here into this kingdom, when you said you'd felled the last goblin king, were you not seen as a gnome prior?
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
You said you'd killed the king goblin by
Yes.
mere luck and accident. If this is by mere luck, I'd assume you would have been in your gnome form.
How would the other goblins?
How would the other goblins not have seen you?
And I just give
And I'm just giving a quizzical look. I'm just reading his emotion. And
So sorry, just out of game. You were asking him during his fight with the previous king,
yeah,
or
the
leader, was
yeah,
he
the
in
last-
gnome form?
yeah, the last conversation that we had from memory was that when or how he'd explained it, to be fair, was when he was traveling, by sheer coincidence, he'd managed to obviously get attacked by the Goblin King, he said, and then he'd slit his throat as per being attacked by the Goblin King, and by this, then from felling the king, he became king. And so, give you some Sentry's mindset is just trying to put all that together and try and work out whether or not he is possibly telling us a lie here. And his intention was, let's say at the start, like, he wanted to be king for a while, and so he killed the king, but now it's caused a little bit of a ruckus, and so from this it might have evolved into this situation where he's now had his fun and he's just moved on. That's what
Okay. I think last time he kind of described it to you again, but I'll do it in game so you remember. So what did you ask him? What was the last question you asked him? Just so I can give you a bit of backstory with that.
The goblin you felled, the
Yes.
king, when you killed him, it was upon being attacked by him. When you killed him, how did the other goblins not see you as a gnome if it was by sheer coincidence and as an accident?
No, my fine fellow. This was trial by combat. When I was found under a wreckage by a caravan. It was via an avalanche. I'm sure I told you. I'm not sure. Basically, the goblins here came upon me and my fellow gnome friends who were eaten not so long after, and they overlooked me, you see. And I devised a cunning plan to try and free them by using my material scavenged from the wrecked caravan. And I basically engineered a costume for myself, and this is what you see before you. I've been wearing this ever since, and I found myself within the goblins with my silent image, and they didn't see through it. So I used it as a ploy, and the only way I could see my further survival being, rather than tucked up in this rabble, was to kill the leader, and I did so by tripping him over slightly and slitting his throat. It wasn't hard. They're quite clumsy creatures when you think of it, but that's where I am today. So to answer your question, I was seen as a goblin way before I was seen as a gnome, and I haven't been known as a gnome, hence here Woober's reaction to what I actually look like. Isn't that right, Woober? And Woober kind of goes...
Your clarification is justified, I believe, by all. In that case, I feel as though I may aid in your escape here.
I much appreciate it. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of your metal. As I said last time, just before, you are interesting to me. As this egg, and he points out of what Saya and Oaklyn are looking at, is similar to you, and it must have some relation to you, in some ways. I've never seen anything like it.
Meanwhile, I'm just like...
I was going to say, meanwhile this is going on, obviously you guys are currently within the chamber, doing your thing. What are you guys up to, Oaklyn and Willow? Oaklyn and Saya while this is going on?
There's clones! You're still muted, by the way, Chloe. You're muted.
I have to put myself on mute. I'm sorry.
It is okay.
So I'm going to say to Saya, you were tinkering with this earlier. I can try and give you a hand on what you were doing. I was able to get some information off of it, actually. It's very much like Sentry, except it's obviously... It's a magical metal, but there's nothing arcane coming off of it. I can't... It's not arcane in nature, should I say, but it weighs roughly about 250 pounds. It's quite heavy. But by the looks of the shape and that, and the engravings, it looks like it opens up like a flower.
I mean, I didn't really have any strategy to try and open it. I was just pressing buttons.
Well, we can give it another go. Together this time.
I can definitely press more buttons, and I'm just gonna crouch down, just beep, 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 beep.
I will assist Saya this time.
Okay, you can both, while this conversation is going on, you can both attempt to make a intelligence check, or both separately or one with advantage. It's up to you.
I'll give Saya advantage. Since he did it beforehand, he knows. I think Oaklyn would probably know to give him more help because he's already tinkered before her.
When you enter the chamber, he was here tinkering with it in the first place, so you assume.
Yeah, so I'd assume that he'd know more than me beginning with, so I'll give him an advantage.
Just while this is going on, Jacqueline's Salvation, are you doing anything while all of this is happening? Just give you guys opportunity.
Salvation's just sitting and watching what's going on and keeping stock of everything and seeing how things play out.
Okay. You obviously see this spell and this purple kind of like crest of thorns just sitting on top of Woober's head. Jackal?
Yeah, literally saying just standing guard and listening to everything that's going on.
Okay, interesting.
15 for that intelligence check.
With a 15, you start mashing buttons again and kind of like thinking a bit more intrinsically what the buttons were. So you kind of like do a few sections and it kind of goes beep, 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 or like theoretically makes that noise. It goes, and you see the white hum when you tap it versus the purple hum it normally irradiates when it doesn't. And you think you've got the right one and you wait a second and nothing happens.
Out of curiosity, I'm not sure I've done this, so I'm going to ask because it's been a while. Can I take a look at all the buttons and that and see if Oaklyn can try and make out some sort of sequence that makes sense, like a pattern?
I mean, you can spend some time, try to figure that out if you want.
Yeah,
I remember what he did the first time when he actually got a code right.
Because you were mashing the buttons, I made you roll an intelligence check to see if you remember.
When he was mashing the
anything.
buttons, I wasn't in there, was I?
No,
God
it
damn
was
it.
just me.
It was just him.
Okay, fair enough.
Would I remember exactly how I...
Take it this way: the DC was lower because you've done it before, but you didn't meet it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I guess obviously Sid would say she's more intrigued in this than what's happening there, so she'll just try and figure out a sequence going on, any patterns that make sense
Okay.
that she could try and relate to.
You can absolutely do that. Bear in mind that will take some time.
Yeah, that's fine.
We've
So
got time.
while this is going on, you can obviously start tinkering with it if you wish. I'll make you roll a sequence of intelligence checks. So
Nice.
if you want
Sounds
to do
good.
that to start off with, just roll an intelligence check.
Okay.
You want to start tinkering with it?
I'm going to probably be doing the same stuff as...
Tinkering.
I'm just as curious, to be completely honest.
Okay, with 15. Okay, just good to know. We'll do a series of them just to see what happens. So while that's going on, Sentry and obviously Spellex, he's kind of looking at you and looking around, and he kind of gestures now towards Salvation and Jackal and goes, "Will you help me and assist my own death and get me out of here? I think that's the only way now. If we've played all the cards."
I can, but I need to wait until I have had a long rest. I need to have a sleep beforehand because I do not have that spell prepared. It's a bit of a weird one, you see.
Oh, I see. I'm not too familiar with what exactly is it that you do.
It's called Feign Death. I can make you basically seem real dead. So, like, if anyone were to go and check, you would not be breathing, you would be, like, super dead. But then, like, a little time passes and you are fine.
Oh, so it's
And you can't take damage either, so it worked pretty well.
But can you get eaten?
Yeah, you could probably get eaten. That would probably do it.
Good to know.
Are they likely to eat you?
When you die as a goblin, they tend to savage your bones for food, especially in these dire climates, yes.
Oh, you see, it only lasts for an hour, so they probably wouldn't have time to eat you. But I have idea. We can say that for the treaty to get, like, you know, we get what we want out of it, we have to take your body as proof of everything that has happened. So we'll just be like, let us take body, or else we burn this place to the ground and just hope that they go with it.
I like your feist. That sounds like a plan. Although I believe I could do something as well to help. But I just need perhaps a little bit of support with it.
Can do what I can.
In essence, I could probably make a fake version of me, if that makes sense, in front of me, making no sound or any kind of life. It is like me, but instead of it being over me, I can make it in a place. You see, like a version of me, or Yarb Nock, the character.
Ding.
So, if I could do that, and I could pretend he could die, from a distance, it may seem convincing, but with sound, it will surely woo them over. So is anybody good with sound effects?
You made your voice boom earlier.
You didn't hear that.
Are you able to, from inside?
Nope.
What? You made a voice boom? We're not.
He's had me do it before.
Yeah.
You've heard you do it before, yeah, but you didn't hear it that time.
Yeah.
No. Inside, you didn't hear it.
Yeah, but she still made a voice boom.
Yes.
It was three times louder, so he probably would have heard it. Because I was
would
right
say-
outside the door.
I don't mean now. I mean beforehand.
Yeah,
'Cause we-
earlier.
You've seen it before.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's one of those things where it's not obviously clear. It's like one of those things that, like, you can hear it, but you can't kind of make it out what it was. Because you're behind three sets of doors.
I mean, like days past for Sentry. I don't mean now.
Yes, you've seen her do it in the past, yes.
Are you able to make other sounds with that?
I can do like animal sounds and like thunderclaps, and I can make my voice louder, but I've never tried to imitate someone else's voice. I don't know whether it does that, but I can try.
Maybe if you need to keep it simple to make it believable, if we can pull off your image and all you'd need is a slashing sound from him getting hit or a arrow hitting sound on Jackal, are you able to give us some test shots, and maybe between the two of you together it will help solidify the effect we look for?
I could probably like throw my voice a little and make like death sounds just in general.
If I get involved, don't think the goblins are going to take too kindly to an interruption of trial.
Oh, no. I mean, now, whilst we're in here, practice trying to make the noise. The more time we have to practice this overall, the more chance we have of success. If you just shoot into... is there anything soft in here, Fraser? Like a bale or I was going to say cushion.
The
or
only thing soft really is the fleshy, rotten meats on the floor. The bones are stricken to the side.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's even perfect. If you can just shoot into that, Jackal, and Salvation, you listen to that, maybe that will help with your performance for the spell. Maybe it will help solidify the idea, and that way, between Jackal shooting into that and slashing into that, you'll be able to mimic the sounds, much like a bird would mimic a call.
I'm overhearing the conversation here. I am rather busy with Sarah, so sorry. But I do have something that might help. It's completely up to you, but I don't mind either way. I can alter my appearance, including my height and stature, to look like Yarknock. I pronounced that correct, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
And then, for example, I go down by Woober, and then all of a sudden I can make like the snow all of a sudden start moving, and then he disappears.
That sounds very interesting. Very
That
interesting.
way it's a mystery, but they all saw the last blow, in a way.
What you need to remember is these creatures are very dumb. They believe quite a lot. You could flick them in the nose and tell them their eyes have dropped out, and they'll believe you.
Just an idea.
So I believe that would
Jackal
work.
tries that on Woober.
Or we would just say that like...
Okay, so you try and flick Woober.
Yeah, on the
Okay.
nose and tell
His face-
Woober, your eyes are falling out. Quick, put them back in.
His face, he kind of like looks at you like with his kind of look, and because he's obviously under this influence, and he can see every now and again. You all see this kind of like almost like a puppeteer. He's kind of like working his way, but in an arcana way, just under his kind of belt, and you can see he kind of gain consciousness. You flick him and goes and he kind of does this and goes, and just goes back to looking forward.
Yes, that's what
He
I
saved him, doesn't mean we're not going to bully him.
So it's completely up to you, but I don't mind either way.
Easy.
So does
And
this?
obviously, Salvation can make the sound effect to make it, like, when he teleports, to make it seem more scary, more mysterious.
Oh, I could make it sound like lots of whispers.
Yes, exactly. And I can either make myself like a tornado of snow, and it just disappears.
See,
I could make all the whispers in Infernal to make it sound creepy, and I'd just start muttering things in Infernal.
Okay. Yeah. At this point, Spellex does look at you and go, and kind of like has a raised eyebrow and goes,
that is very interesting. I don't want to ask questions, so I'll keep this brief.
Just get excited.
Still though,
We seem to have a plan, I believe.
getting him out then as the issue of you disappear, he does not.
You can
How do you
sneak him
get
out.
How do I get out, did you say?
Mm.
Simply walk through the front door, lad.
Oh, to be fair, you said these guys are real dumb, so you could just be your gnome self and we can be like, yeah, he's been with us this whole time, what are you on about?
That could work. Alternatively, when it comes to a duel like this, the whole tribe is involved. There is nobody at the gates.
The only thing
Except for
is, when
Snargle.
I teleport, there's got to be a location that is covered I can teleport to. In order so that they don't see it. They'll see a gust of, like, snow go up, like a little tornado, and I'll be gone and they won't have traces, but there must be an area that I can hide. If you get to my gist.
Yes. So, the way this works normally is that I will have to declare it as king, as you say. I mean, it's more of a leader position. There is no royalties in this rank. I do not get any benefits, just that people listen to me. Anyway, so I will declare the fight of when I wish to declare it. It doesn't have to be right now. It can be in an hour's time or tomorrow if you wish. But it needs to be soon, as I can believe they're getting rather suspicious that Woober is with us at the moment. They're not that dumb, but they are curious creatures, nonetheless.
Oh, and by the way, when I transform, it actually changes the sound of my voice to yours.
Oh, is that right? Well, let's
Yeah.
make sure that you get the right me, not the wrong me.
I think I'd probably have to have the right to you in order to do it correctly.
But that, my love, is already a disguise.
Oh dear.
So
Disguise on a disguise.
you would grasp the voice of me, not
Of
my.
Yarbrook.
Yes. No. You'd
Yes.
grab this voice. You would not grab the voice of.
I would be able to obtain your disguise in a way, but you'd have to be that disguise for me to understand it
Okay.
when I transform.
Okay. So, is this the plan? Shall we do this? When shall we do this?
I don't know, but question is, will Woober agree?
Woober kind of like nods his head like that.
Without your influence.
Oh, I see. Well, and he kind of like
I want to put him on the battlefield while I'm there, and he does absolutely nothing.
he kind of like starts to do this thing with his hand where he moves his fingers around where he's been gesturing and puppeting, and it finally kind of goes and statics out, and the crown over the head kind of just goes poof and fades. And as Woober kind of like falls to one knee, kind of like stands up and goes, Woober's slightly confused.
You guys explain. I'm going to carry on with the egg, and I'll go back to the egg.
Come back to me, just like.
Just make another intelligence check while you're just there.
What, me and Ollie?
Yeah.
Just you for now.
Or
You can give her advantage if you wish.
yeah, I want to give her advantage.
Yep.
The pressure.
Go, do it. You better do it.
As Holly's there, you can roll with advantage. So that's a 17.
It's
Okay.
a 17.
Good to know.
Pretty good. Better, slightly.
Okay, so for the next little bit of this section, what are the rest of you guys doing as Woober has just come out of this consciousness?
He's just on one knee at the minute, isn't he?
So he's kind of like righting himself, so he's kind of like stand up and going, what's going on? Woober's confused.
What were you saying, Jam? Sorry? You were very quiet.
No, sorry, no one was saying anything, so I just said Jack was just standing there.
Okay. So as you're go on.
Woober, the arrangement here is for the good of your tribe, however, and I'll go on one knee to be face to face with him,
Yep.
or as much as I can be. Do you feel as though you can be up for the task of Tribes King?
Woober doesn't know how to lead. And Woober's not made a friend of a wolf recently, so I'm quite scared. Not going to lie.
Just make sure nobody kill each other and maintain peace treaty and make sure everybody gets fed. But that's basically it. You'll be fine.
But if I get to table with food and egg, Woober's happy.
Yes, probably. Sounds right.
Yarb Knock is not real. Woober's confused.
Not technically. Like, yes, but he not goblin, he gnome.
What is gnome?
Like goblin, but less gross.
Gnome tasty? Or...
No, gnome not for eating.
Tastes like shit.
And he's kind of just like looking backwards and forwards and around the room towards Yarbnock, or Spellex now. And Spellex kind of looks at it and goes, "Yes, Woober, I am still Yarbnock, but I am in a different form, as you're aware. But," and he kind of gestures towards the rest of you and goes, "As you are all spell users, or some of you use spells, am I correct?"
Pretty much.
Yes. I myself am the same, as I do also need a rest. Do you want to rest for an hour, let's just say? Come back to this?
When can we be ready to do this, Oakland and Salvation?
I mean, I'm only using thaumaturgy, so I'm like ready to go whenever, pretty much.
Let me check.
Unless anyone attacks me, in which case I'm fucked.
I think me and Athena will just provide overwatch on the situation. There's not really much we can do, so we'll just sit back and watch to make sure shit doesn't hit the fan. So we're good to go.
Is it, Jackal is your name, if I correctly remember? My memory's awful recently.
Well, it's obviously improving, that's correct.
So, the animal is under your control, is that right?
I wouldn't exactly say control, but we seem to be bound together by a bond of some sort.
So, what I'm thinking is if she could place me within her jaw and carry me out, that may work.
What is something? I'm not there. I'm tinkering.
I mean, I can see that working, but I'm a bit confused with the idea of the plan. At one point, we were teleporting. The next minute, we were letting off some fireworks. The next minute, Athena's eating in the jar. I'm a bit confused.
So what I'm proposing is just an addition to the plan that is already at stage. So, I will play puppeteering, as it were, with my fake self dying. There will be a large noise from Salvation, at which point Oakland will use her abilities to create a diversion, and then
Not a diversion, by the way. I have to teleport myself.
Wait, so just that game, you're being...
It's me that teleports.
Okay, so that's you, okay.
So I can transform into him with his voice and everything, but it has to be me that teleports. I can't teleport other people.
Okay, cool. What I will say is that...
So I'd pretend to be him.
Okay, and he carries on and go, because he's heard that, and he basically says, "Well, if I am to be in the jaws of your beast, after that, it may look more realistic than just disappearing altogether. They may get suspicious."
I mean...
I know it's a long-step plan, but it may work.
I think either way could potentially work if it's pulled off correctly. Either way is likely for shit to go wrong, basically. I'm happy to use Athena, but it's not just my vote. It depends what the group's comfortable with and their roles in this as well. I'll just go with the flow and provide protection where needed. I don't really specialize in illusion magics.
You definitely look like somebody who can hold themselves. And I don't think I've seen many halflings like you, especially with your talents.
I appreciate that, Spellex. Yeah, normally we're farming folk, but there's the odd few that do like to go out and see a bit of the world.
I can definitely see that. It's very true. Very true. Us gnomes like to keep to each other, and we don't really go out the realms of where we live, really. We sell, we fix, and that is about all of our trade. But you halflings do have a strange history, and some of you do go rogue, as it were, or away from such trends as farming.
What can I say? The whole life ain't for me.
So, back to my question. Shall we take a short rest, as it were? Not in meta. And regain some energy?
That's going to help you guys, sure.
Because I myself need one. Just very
Yes,
briefly.
we looked at Tinker.
Yeah, we're still going.
That's fine. So as he kind of gestures this out to Sentry and Salvation and Jackal, he kind of like places his armor down in the corner and the side and kind of like gathers up and just kind of like prepares himself just for a short rest. Whereas he gestures the rest of you to do that. Whereas Woober basically goes,
Woober's going to prepare. Woober thinks. So Woober's going to leave. If this plan is to work, Woober's confused. But Woober will do whatever he says. What everyone says.
The last point that we need to clarify on Spellex, do you have anything you can give to Uber that would be a way of him being the king here? Some prowess.
The only thing that is passed on, realistically, is my blade, which is a finely made, and he says finely with a raised brow. It's kind of a scimitar that's made out of the pommel of it. The handle is made of like various bones crafted together with like some small skulls of birds and short bones of whatever just mashed together with this kind of cement, as it's kind of like you can see it's clutched together with this kind of rusted edge, and that's kind of a symbol of approval, if it were. And he kind of goes, "This is passed down. That is all I know." It's a very useless blade, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
It's rusted, and it's to the point of where it could be held useless.
The final point for the plan, you getting your body out here, if you drink this potion, invisibility potion, by the way, I'll wave in front, you can easily slip out the gate after the potion goes on, and we don't worry about carrying you out as such.
He, as soon as you say invisibility potion, his eyebrows raise and goes, "You have a potion of invisibility, did you say?"
Only the one.
That is very rare to come across. How did you come across this?
We come across that. I feel as I remember.
I don't even know.
So you were given it. It was given to you.
Yeah.
Do you want me to remind you?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to remember exactly where we were given it though.
I'll have a reach back in my notes.
Well, just as a reminder for all of you guys, you know I have this, but I have a greater healing potion, 2 minor, and a potion of life vitality.
Oh my god, why have you not handed that out?
Because you guys told me to hold on to it. So I did.
The hell?
It's the potion from what's her name? Harper, sorcerer. Lady.
Yeah, Harper lady.
Yeah.
Let's go through back later.
So
Old lady,
you
not
were,
old lady.
yeah, it was Garrett. It was Garrett's friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like payment, wasn't it?
And it was one of the things that we found on her body, and we're gonna hand out. I'm pretty sure then, but nobody wanted it, so Sentry just hold on to it. Okay.
That was right. Yeah.
I mean, it's good to have.
Well, yeah. I mean, but-
Perilou was the name.
yeah. It's good to get.
Yes.
Harry.
Perilou.
The potion was on a dead friend of ours, Perilou. She was at the top of the mountain, but we.
Sorry, Asterix was on the top of the mountain where you got the potion from,
Oh,
but it was given to you from
Who's
Perilou.
Asterix?
Yeah.
Oh.
The
It's all right. I won't remind you again of notes. It's cool. I like it when you forget.
the cause here, I believe, is required for this. I'd rather you be able to get out without a hitch.
Well, if you're offering it to me, I mean, that'll be a very clean getaway.
I'll hand it to him.
Okay, he takes it.
As he does, Jackal puts his sword out. Yeah, no, this would have happened a little while ago. I did put it in chat, but I didn't want to interrupt the flow of things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Silent speaks to Sentry. I don't trust this Spellex with a healing potion, invisibility potion. He's promised us rewards so he can very easily slip out of our sight and never to be seen again.
Maybe creating a rendezvous. Can I interject a little bit? Am I allowed to? Or am I still too
You're
busy?
hearing this. You can do what you like.
Okay.
That was silent speech.
Oh, yes. That's
you
Silent speech,
wouldn't
you can't hear
if
that.
it's-
Well, no. I
Yeah,
would say this anyway.
But the rest of the conversation
And I
you
was
heard.
thinking this before they did the silent speech.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So maybe we'll create some kind of rendezvous point that we can all meet at after this plan's finished.
The silent speech came before handing out the invisibility. Then.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I just didn't want to.
No. Yeah, no, it's all good. The obviously I can't speak back, so
Write a note.
valid point has been raised. Is there a? You mentioned salvation room to make him seem dead. Possibly, that would be a more cost-effective method of getting him out. The potion is rare, as you say, Spellex. And I put it back in then from Jackal's message.
I would need long sleep though, because I do not have it prepared. So it would have to be tomorrow, and I do not know if these goblins can wait that long for fight.
Go ahead, Jackal.
Silent speech again to Sentry. Sorry, again, don't want to interrupt people. I've actually just remembered I've got something that I can use to track him, even if he was invisible. Although we'd have to make sure the plan would happen quite quickly. To be precise, it needs to happen exactly within 1 hour.
Exactly within 1 hour. Okay.
However, I can keep track of him. Silent speech over.
Man. The man, oh man. At that point, he could get away if you give him the invisibility.
So he's still got his arm out at this point. He's ready to receive the potion. Are you giving it to him? Or?
We're able to easily get out. You're able to track him. I feel as though, yeah, I'll give it to him.
Okay, he takes it. Yeah, he takes it and pops it in one of his side compartments.
Just as clarification,
Thank you.
I'd say the plan here is that when it begins, I transform into yourself just as I leave. It gives me an hour. We go out, you tell me on how you act, things you would normally say, and obviously, I would repeat it if I need to say anything. We'll go out into the battlefield, and I will attempt to, with a big gulp, fight Weaver. And then Weaver will take that last strike. When he takes the last strike, I will fall to my knees. A huge, well, it depends what Salvation wants to do. And as soon as I hear that, I will teleport. That way, a mysterious thing, it catches the crowd. People are confused. People are wondering what's going on, which gives everyone else the advantage to leave.
The
Big bang boom.
teleportation, how far can you go?
She'll quickly get out her book, with all her notes and stuff. Roughly 25 to 30 feet, depending on the location. It has to be obscured so that they can't see it. So it could be behind a mountain of snow, behind a building, anything like that, that's fine, as long as Weaver doesn't look in the direction that I will be teleporting. Which...
You have to see it.
Good question. Hang on.
You do.
Magic, man. It's a
Doesn't
beach.
say.
I will stay at the top place you can see within range, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
In my description, it doesn't actually say, but it most probably is that.
if this is an issue about vantage point, we can place
Look at my sheet, it's not there. But yeah, sure. I probably do have to see it.
the combat on top of the bridge, so you can appear underneath if you wish.
So what, on the bridge or underneath?
So you know, on top of where your combat, I believe. I mean, I walked out and I saw a few of the kin dying. I believe it was in the middle of the bridge. We could have it there. I do not mind if it is a better vantage point, in which you could teleport beneath the bridge or below. If that is an easier option.
Yeah, I know. You don't need to make the point. I know it.
I'm just
I know, but you always go... Don't worry about it. I know what it means.
You said you couldn't see it. I was just showing you that. Yeah.
But yeah, so, I don't know. Lost my train of thought.
So you guys are currently tinkering with the egg.
Yes.
Make a final intelligence check for me. Just want to see how this
We're
goes.
doing it with
Give her
advantage.
advantage.
You can do it with advantage if you're both working on it, yeah.
Who has higher advantage? Higher
We're
intelligence?
both the same.
You go for it. Fuck it.
Okay.
I should have done it.
Okay, cool.
I got bad rolls!
Brilliant. So, as you're having this conversation, you kind of see Spellex kind of like go to one side and go, right, if it's all the same to you, Woober, can you vacate the premises and act normal, please? As if you were to leave in a normal goblin state. I'm sure you know what that means. And Woober kind of looks and goes,
Woober's confused. But yes, Woober will leave.
and he kind of like heads towards the door. Is anybody doing anything?
I'm pretty sure I know the plan pretty well. I'm gonna just go outside and keep an eye on Woober, make sure none of the goblins still have any hard feelings towards him.
Woober kind of smiles at you when you do that, and he kind of like kind of leaves, opens the door, and heads towards where Athena is.
Good question.
Yes.
I'll leave as well.
Never mind. I was going to ask Sentry a question, but that's cool.
You can stop me by talking to me.
You can ask him while he's leaving, because he's currently on his way out.
How much can you lift?
How much can you lift, bro?
Do you even lift, bro?
Even lift, bro.
Do you-
There is no size
Fine,
ball
do it,
down.
yes,
It is all down to the roll. I have no clue.
Can you come over and see if you can possibly lift this egg? It weighs roughly 250 pounds, but I'm just curious.
Smash it open, please. I want to know what's inside really bad.
Yeah, because I don't want to leave it here. I want to take it. I want to keep tinkering. I want the flower.
Sentry, what's your strength score?
Yeah, it is 80. So, modifier 4.
You can have it. You can it says here in the rules you can lift
Drag
to
okay.
twice your carrying capacity or 30 times your strength score.
Yeah.
Damn.
So you can lift 30 times 10.
18.
30 times 10.
30 times 10.
Well, what's your?
It's not 80. It's more than 80, mate.
Sorry, what was your strength score? 18.
18, yeah.
Okay, sorry, mate. Yeah, so 30 times 18.
Big
Oh
word.
god, that's plenty. You're talking like
I
550 pounds.
will still make you roll.
Yeah, obviously down to roll, yeah. It's not like, I just lift 500 pounds every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his form's got to be right. He's got to be chalked up.
540.
But yeah,
Right.
you can lift up to 500, I'd say. Yeah.
540 it was, yeah. Oh.
Well, obviously you're always down to the roll, that's fine.
Well, if you could,
Bench
if you
press
could
a
try
fucking
and
planet.
lift this, we put it more towards the entrance and we leave it there. Maybe have it guarded or something like that, and then I can carry it afterwards. But I'd need it near the entrance or where our rendezvous point is, so that we can, just take it with us. Because I would like to, as much as Saya wants to as well, keep tinkering.
Carrying it will be a challenge. If we cannot make it lighter or unlock it here, we will not bring it with us.
Well, that's fine. If you can give me 10 minutes, then I can pick it up.
Go for it.
And I'll start ritual casting floating disc.
Okay.
I want to know what's inside this thing so bad.
I
Amazing.
can pick up 500 pounds. I could literally pick up Sentry, so I'll use it.
Okay, so ritual casting float disc. You want to let us know what that looks like?
There you go.
Do you want to make a bit more flavour to it?
No, it's nothing really too fancy. It's literally just her drawing a circle, and it looks like it's into like a circle for something, and then it starts shimmering as if it's like turning into something, like I'm making something appear in a way, in arcane manner.
Brilliant.
But it's not fully developed yet.
Okay. Cool. So, as Jackal is going outside with Woober, Woober kind of like goes outside towards his goblin kin, and at this point, the dead bodies of the other goblins have been thrown over the side, as that is the thing here, including the wolf thrown over the edge of the mountain. Just the bloody paths that are left on the floor from their residue. Jackal, are you doing anything?
I'm just going to be walking fairly near to Woober, and if anyone's giving Woober the dirty eye, I'll just give him, like, what should I do? I'll just very gently move my hand over to the blade of my sword, not pulling it out or anything, almost to support my hand, but to say, like, you don't want to fucking look at Woober that way.
Okay. And as Woober exits the building, and Spellex kind of goes for a bit of a rest, we see the egg once more as you're starting to tinker with it. And is everybody having a short rest at this point?
I'll be leaving it there, doing the just thing.
You can leave. Where do you want to go?
I'll be heading to this thing, the robot thing on the edge.
Okay, we'll do this in 3 parts. So, first part is the egg, and actually no, let's go to Sentry first, because you'll be walking straight out. So, what would you like to do with the robot at the end?
When I get to it, again, sorry, I think you said that it was like walk out to it.
Yes.
I will this time head out towards.
It is like that big.
Wicked. I'll head out towards it.
Okay.
And look it over.
Oh.
Ooh.
Map is
Hey!
Yeah. So the beam itself is quite a flimsy beam. I mean, it is sturdy, but it's like one of those where you might have to just check. You think you might have to check the weight.
If it's flimsy, yeah, I'll check the weight.
The automaton that is being held up is with a series of ropes.
Yeah.
Attached to different parts of the fortress. The thing that it's prized to is just a beam, which you have no idea how structurally safe that is.
I'll head down actually to. I think you said there was like down to different parts of like the floor section holding it, where it is. I'll head down.
Okay.
To where the ropes are for that then.
So what I will say, and I'll just draw this out just to make it a bit visually easier. So if I draw this on this layer, so basically here. Oh, can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here and here. That's where they're kind of pinned down to, and those are holding the arms up.
Cool. I will. If there's a goblin close by, then I'll interact with him first. So if there isn't,
all the goblins that you saw earlier would have moved back onto their post. The two that you saw by you have started to walk over. So when you did walk over to them, they were heading towards where you were.
The Yarbnock has allowed for me to inspect this medal. Do you have any need to still be here, or may you help me get this down?
You can't touch he
kind of like stutters for words.
You can't touch it. It's sacred.
Do you argue with Yarbnock or with me?
They kind of like look at each other and go,
No, we don't.
Then help me get it down.
They kind of like look at each other, make a persuasion check.
Seven.
With a 7, they kind of look towards each other and they go,
Let me check with Job Knock.
and they start walking over towards the door. Are you doing anything? They start walking towards the cabin area.
Alright, that's fine then. Cool. And I'll begin adjusting the ropes.
Okay, what would you like to do to the ropes? Are you letting them loose, or are you trying to bring it up, or what are you doing?
Trying to make it so that I can lower it down so I can go and inspect it. So I'll start loosening it, but not just like and let it fly down. Yeah.
Because it is roughly 25, 30 feet in the air, which you're up at the moment, so you're just letting it go down.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What I will say is the legs are also tied from other restraints, so as you let it down, it will fall forward. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, that's fine, and you can do that no problem. And as you do, and as you start kind of going for the first rope, and you kind of get both of them as you start lowering them both down, it's not difficult to do because they're just made with very simple knots. And you start letting them loose, you kind of start to hear like really rusted metal sound, like a effect of clanging and scraping as you do.
Yeah.
And you kind of like let it go to the point of where it will hold its own weight, and you just let go of the rope and it just starts swinging there in the breeze.
Cool. I'll go to if it's not at a point where I'd be able to inspect it kind of thing, then I'll go and find where the leg restraint portions are and loosen them as well, so they can come further down.
The leg restraints look like they're underneath, so you may have to go.
I'll make my way down then.
Okay, so as you do make your way down, I will just let let's cut to this Woober. So Woober is basically walking out. Jackal, as you're kind of like grabbing your sword a bit more intensely towards these other goblins. I would say Athena's kind of given a slight snarl as well. You kind of make your way towards the door very slowly. But at this point, I would say that Saya and Oaklin, you see on the base of the keypad, very familiar to where you saw it earlier, Saya, a small disc green appears through and opens, and you see a flashing small green light, which you saw earlier.
Did we know what pattern we did to get this green light?
I would say this one, you do.
Is there any way...
And
so
with Oaklin's
we have
help,
it in our memory now.
with Oaklin's help, yes. And
Okay.
she would have memorized this.
Okay, good. Because last time I did this, Saya was just like...
As both of you have made the checks, and you're both looking at it and studying it and taking time. But what I will say is that this is now almost 10 minutes-ish into it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, so I finished the disc.
I would say
how
the
many?
I
How
would
many?
say
Can
the
we tell
disc-
how many discs there would be to get green before we would?
So
before all of them would
yeah, I didn't mention this last time. So basically, you've got one circle which has opened up, which is now green. There's two other engravings there, which look like they also open up. So possibly an extra two times. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that yes, Oakland, your disc has now appeared. But
Okay.
by the time, obviously, Sentry's now doing this with the automaton, and kind of like it's going down. What I will say is the camera on this scene starts to pan as Sentry makes his way walking down towards the bottom area underneath the 30-foot bridge as this automaton is swinging in the breeze. And all that Jackal and Woober hear as they exit the cabin is just stomps. And in Goblin, you just hear this chant of woo, 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 woo. As you open the doors, you hear the chanting as Woober walks out and this almost battle cry of this duel that is about to take place. As we pan our camera out, that is where we're going to end tonight's session. Lend. We're going to lend it. We're going to lend the session.
You're lending it too. You'll have to find out next episode.
We're going to lend it out to someone who wants to sponsor us. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. It's been always fun to do this. We've had 2 weeks off. We're not rusty, promise. Go and follow our socials on Dungeon Delvers on Instagram, and make sure you give us a like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube, because why wouldn't you? And keep your eye out for all the other updates that we shall provide with extra bits that we may be doing. But besides that, thank you so much for watching, and bye!
Goodbye!
Bye.